toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see the number 18 team in the country, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, taking on a team looking for its first win, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Scarlet Knights will kick it away to start us off. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Give to the running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Touchdown, Rutgers! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
I mean, you talk about coming out as a defense and setting the tone and letting them know it's going to be a long game. Let's do this. How about a pick six on the first possession? Nice job by the defense coming out and striking first in this ball game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass. He's got him. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Finds a soft spot in the middle. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. The Gamecocks are rolling down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man out of the backfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. First thing you want to do if you're in a hole is stop digging. It's 1st and 20. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Wants to throw it. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you. So many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They've been running it, but now the pass. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. They're going to run it. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Takes the handoff. It's Royer. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Got enough space, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, State University of New Jersey.
Football oftentimes gets won by the teams who play the best on the critical down and distances. What an amazing play by that quarterback on 3rd down. Able to put his team on his back, use his legs to extend and buy time, and then go score. Awesome job.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
I love the defense's approach on this drive. They didn't panic. They gave up some yards, but what did they do? They forced a 3rd down, a predictable situation, played great discipline, broke on the football, and forced the big interception.
And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We've come to the break, and Rutgers is holding the lead. They jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the 2nd quarter. Motion from the wideout. To the ground with the back. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Leaves it with the back. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Scarlet Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. Oh, they're after him. Hit as he throws. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, that's a great example of him understanding where everybody is on the field, because that wasn't the guy he wanted to throw it to, but he knew he was going to get hit. He had to get rid of it quickly, dumped it off, and he let his guy go make a big play for him.
Oh, he got loose. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating an explosive play.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now on second and goal. Looking to fire. Flips it out in the flat. Touchdown, Rutgers. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away. There he goes. Got enough for the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generate a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
4th down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He might want another play. On 4th down, looking for the completion. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. He's got the back in the middle. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down. And the Scarlet Knights moving quickly to the line. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. They'll give it to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. The Scarlet Knights come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Right down the middle. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Going with the ground game left. Turning it on! And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. And the Gamecocks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. The Gamecocks want to pick up the tempo. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
I mean, this game has to feel like a living nightmare for this quarterback. We're still in the first half, and this guy, with all the interceptions he's thrown, with all the inaccurate balls, nothing is going right. They have no semblance of a passing game because they simply cannot establish a rhythm under center.
Finds his man. It's Balkinson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. It's complete. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to. But at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way. But the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Hand off from the shotgun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Past the first down marker and still running. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Pocket breaking down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Got room on the return. And he will be run out of bounds on the return, so the damage is limited as we wrap up the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Gamecocks will kick it away to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Christensen. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Got his man on the right. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with 2nd and short. Split backs here. Leaves it with the running back. Breaks into the open. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
They'll try the run. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. It's complete. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. And the Scarlet Knights look to keep this drive humming. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's just outside the 20-yard line, stopped at the 21 after a pickup of 6. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Wants to go up top. Spits it out to the back. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
You know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
The Scarlet Knights are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's going to bring it out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive. They've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
On third and long to throw for it. Was made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a fourth down.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that third down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle setting up fourth.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Makes a connection. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chain. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory.
Came up good. I mean, I think you see the